Hello, I am Seamus Dunhu of EVE University, and this is a quick explanation of bookmarks. Every ship in EVE Online is equipped with a warp drive that allows you to travel between different points within a solar system. The problem with the warp drive, however, is that it won't take you to just any old spot that you want to. There's only a certain limited set of locations that you can use the warp drive to travel to. And those are either other players in your fleet, or celestial objects, or bookmarks. Now, a bookmark is a record of a location in space. And let me show you my solar system map. Looking at the solar system map, I have an icon right there. Looks like a thumbtack. Okay. That's a bookmark. That's a particular location in space. And if I right-click on it and select warp to 0 meters, I can warp to my bookmark. Now, I've been to this solar system before. Once upon a time I did a mission here. So while I was here doing the mission, I bookmarked the location. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. When I bookmarked the location, that made a permanent record of that location. And I can warp to that location again anytime in the future that I feel like it. And I am about to drop out of warp. And here we are. Now, I did say that I used to do a mission here, but that mission is long since completed, so the game didn't keep the mission scenery around. There's no reason for the game to do that with the mission being complete. So, as you can see, let me turn on Tactical Overlay, the volume of space around me is empty. I'm the only thing here. Just me and empty space. No rats, no acceleration gate, no scenery, no nothing. That all disappeared a long time ago when I turned in the mission. But while I was here, I bookmarked it. I went to Neocom, People and Places. Wait for the People and Places. Ah, there it is. Go to the Places tab, and at the bottom, you see the Add Bookmark button. Click on that, and you can bookmark this location. Alright. It'll have a default name, but the default name usually isn't too helpful. You should give it a name of some kind. In this case, it would be a safe spot. Push return. And now this location is bookmarked. That's how I did it when I was here last time. And if I want to, I can warp back to this spot. Well, what's the interest of empty space, you might wonder? Well, if somebody's actively trying to hunt me down, like, say, for example, maybe somebody declared war against my player corporation, and I'm on the run because war targets can shoot at me without Concord intervention. Or maybe let's say I was in low security or null security space, and anybody can shoot at me without Concord intervention, and I'm on the run. I can warp to a safe spot like this, take a moment to gather my wits, and figure out what to do next. Because nobody else... Let me close this. Because nobody else has this bookmark, they can't warp to it. They have to either be in a fleet with me and warp to me, or use combat scanner probes to get my position. By the way, you can go to the scanner button to the left of the capacitor donut, go to the directional scan tab, click the scan button, and see whether or not anybody has scanner probes out for you. I like to sort this list by name, reverse alphabetical order, and just look for scanner probe. Somebody has combat scanner probes out. So right here, there are combat scanner probes somewhere within directional scanner range. Let me see how close they are. Are they within 300 million kilometers? No, they are not. Are they within 600 million kilometers? No, they are not. Are they within 900 million kilometers? No, they are not. Let me put this back at maximum range. Alright. So these combat scanner probes are somewhere within 14 astronomical units of me, but not within 6 astronomical units. So it's unlikely that whoever's got combat probes out is looking for me right now. But yeah, somebody can use combat scanner probes to find your position and warp in on you and try to shoot you. So this safe spot really isn't going to be safe for very long, especially if you're uncloaked. If you're cloaked, nobody can find you, except your fleet mates. But if you're not cloaked, an experienced player can track you down in under a minute. So having multiple safe spots is good because you can warp from safe spot to safe spot while trying to figure out what to do next. But that really is only going to buy you time. So besides bookmarking mission locations, how else can you make safe spots? Well, let's go to the map. By default, F10 opens your map. And if you're looking at your star map, you can always click the toggle button at the top to switch back to the solar system map. And let's pick a couple of different celestial objects. Let's go warp here.
Warp drive active.
Now you can make a safe spot in between celestial objects. Alright, so while I was in the middle of a warp, I just clicked Add Bookmark, and I clicked OK. If I go back to the map, you'll notice I now have a bookmark right there, which is not terribly far away from anything, but anyway. Let me try another example. Keeping the solar system map open, let's select Distant Celestial Object. Let's try Stargate Illenfrick. And let's warp to that within 100 kilometers.
Warp drive active.
Click the Add Bookmark button, and let's drag this window out of the way. Wait for this to start moving, and when it's about halfway between, right now, you click the OK button, and that creates a bookmark. The bookmark is created not when you push Add Bookmark, but when you push OK, this button right here. Now this type of a bookmark I would call a mid-warp bookmark because it's in between two celestial objects. It's right on the warp path. Something you should be aware of, the game discretizes your position every second. 1 second you're here, the next second you're here, next second you're here, the next second you're here, and you stay there for the full second. Alright? You're not really moving in a continuous manner. The game tries to make it look like you're moving in a continuous manner, but really your position is discretized every second. So anybody who's in a ship with the same warp speed as you, and is warping between the same two celestial objects as you, will move through the same spots as you. And if you just warp back to your mid-warp bookmark and sit there,
Warp drive active.
Anybody else warping on the same path will see you for a second as they pass through. Literally, 1 second. So mid-warp bookmarks are not particularly good as safe spots. What you can do, however, is warp back to one of these mid-warp bookmarks, pick a third celestial object. Let me wait for my ship to drop out of warp. Warp drive. Okay, warp drive active just disappeared. I'm out of warp. So I'm back at this mid-warp bookmark right here. I can right-click another celestial object. Let me pick a moon. And warp to within 100 kilometers.
Warp drive active.
Click the Add Bookmark button. Let's drag this out of the way. Wait for this indicator to start moving. And now. The game can be a little bit slow responding to a bookmark command. Anything involving the management of bookmarks, besides warping to them, is going to be a little slow. But now I have a new bookmark, and this I would call a safe spot, because it's not directly in line with any two other celestial objects. Well, close to being in line, but not exactly. Alright, but as long as I used at least 3 different celestial objects to make this bookmark, that's fine. 4 is better, especially if those 4 celestial objects form a tetrahedron. Unfortunately, this solar system is rather flat, or close to flat, at any rate. But that's another method that you can use to make a safe spot. There are many other uses for bookmarks. I probably only have time to show you one other use for bookmarks, and that's what I call a reconnaissance bookmark. You see this strange one? Hold on, let me rename this. This strange bookmark over here, R-SG Rens KM0210, that's what I call a reconnaissance bookmark. This is my own personal notation for it. Different players have different notations. Pick a naming system that works for you. But this is a reconnaissance bookmark for Stargate Rens, and it's 210 kilometers away from the Stargate. So if I warp to that bookmark, I will drop out of warp close enough to the Stargate that I can see ships coming in and out, but far enough away that difficult to catch if anybody decides that they want to try to come after me. See those player ships, they are 230, 255 kilometers away. The Stargate is 212 kilometers away. So I can see if there's any funny business going on at the gate without anybody being close enough to be able to grab me. Do keep in mind, maximum target locking range is 250 kilometers. Some ships can be set up to target lock and shoot that far away. So if you're something fragile like a frigate, you want to be further away than 250 kilometers, or at least moving. Reconnaissance bookmarks are especially useful in low and null security because you don't know what sort of funny business might be going on at the gate. Maybe there's a battleship using an area of effect weapon called a smart bomb, and if you're traveling gate to gate directly, your path is extremely predictable. A player flying a battleship equipped with a lot of smart bombs can position themselves right where you would drop out of warp and smack you with smart bombs before you can get through the gate. They don't need a target lock to do that since smart bombs are area of effect weapons. There are many other uses for bookmarks. I've only covered 2 uses for them. If you're interested, the subject is covered in more detail in a Bookmarks 101 class in EVE University. So in the meantime, thank you for watching.